Lost your guys' audio.
Stacy's joining us also on the Zoom. Austin said he would be here, so I want to wait a little bit to see if he shows up here. But we'll run the meeting. Adriana will be the chairperson as we go through this, so everybody knows.
Hey, Dave.
Yes?
Dave, you guys, your audio jumped in kind of halfway into that. So I heard you say Austin is supposed to be there.
Yeah,
I caught like the last
yeah,
30
so
seconds.
Austin said he was coming tonight.
Okay.
He sent me an email back, but I have not seen him yet, so I don't know.
Okay. Looks like we have Stacy on Zoom. Who else is there in chambers?
Commissioner Hansen's here, Commissioner Ham is here, and Commissioner McNear is here. So
Great.
if Austin shows up, we've got everybody.
Okay. Perfect. Give him a couple of minutes.
Give him a second here. I'm going to check my email just in case he.
But without him, we would still have.
Is he coming?
Correct.
There he is.
Okay, great.
We'll let him get settled here, and then we can get started. Is the streaming on, Melissa? Is the streaming on? Okay, so everybody knows the streaming is on. So
Okay, you could just, I guess, give me
I'll give you a heads up. Let him get settled here.
Yeah, when Commissioner Juneman's settled and ready, and then we'll call the meeting to order.
Yeah, it looks like the camera's focused on the staff side for us, not over, so you can't see any of the commissioners at all.
No, I can't.
Okay. If I jump in on you, it's just because of either logistics or making sure that we're communicating with everybody, so.
Yeah, thank you. Really appreciate you all being flexible.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
You good to go, sir? All right, looks like we're good here, Adriana, if you wanna.
Okay. And we're streaming, so we're, Stacy just put into the chat, someone is at her front door. Okay. I guess let's pause two quick minutes. Let's see if I'll reply back here. Okay, we will wait I'll tell her we'll wait 1 minute.
I love Zoom.
Let us know when you are back, please.
Yes. Oh.
Okay, great. She's back. Perfect.
She's
okay,
back.
Great. All right. I think we're ready then, everybody.
Yep.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to call the Monday, January 24th, 2022 City of Gardner Planning Commission meeting to order. Please rise and state the Pledge of Allegiance with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'll start with the roll call. We'll start with our remote participant. If our remote commissioner would like to call for roll.
Commissioner Cooper here.
Right, and then if we could go ahead and start with the one far side of the dais and go around, closest to the city staff. Please start.
Commissioner Hansen here.
Commissioner Ham here.
Commissioner McNear here.
Commissioner Juneman here.
And Chairman Mader is here. We have a quorum present. Moving to the consent agenda. All matters listed within the consent agenda have been distributed to each member of the Planning Commission for study. These items are considered to be routine and will be enacted upon by one motion with no separate discussion. If separate discussion is desired on an item, from either the Planning Commission or from the floor, that item may be removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda. Does any member of the public have an item they would like to be moved to the regular agenda? Any member of the commission would like to have an item removed from the consent agenda and placed to the regular agenda?
It does not look like that's the case, so you should be able to go forward.
Thank you. With no items being moved forward to the regular agenda, I would ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
For the record, I'll show that Commissioner McNear made a motion to approve the consent agenda, and Commissioner Ham has seconded that motion.
Thank you. Thank you. So I have a motion on the floor, first by McNear and a second by Ham. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries with all in favor. Moving on to the regular agenda. Item number 1, FP-21-07. Consider a final plat for 54 lots on 23.77 acres for Symphony Farms. Ooh, this would be 6. I'm reading my Roman numerals correctly.
Yep.
Subdivision. Do we have a staff presentation this evening?
Yes, Bob Case is working his way to the podium currently.
Perfect. Thank you.
Good evening, Commissioners.
Good evening.
No, the thing's not working. If you just do the page down on it, I think that'd work. Sorry about the delays.
No problem. Appreciate the flexibility.
Nope. Okay. Go to the second page if you would. Nope. Go one up. Go on. That's fine. Again, item 1, Symphony Farm 6, final plat, FP 2107. Property includes approximately 23.77 acres of land at the northern terminus of Mustang Street and the eastern terminus of 164th Terrace. Property has never been platted and is undeveloped. Property was part of an annexation back in 2003 and 2005. The reserve at Kill Creek preliminary plat was approved for a single-family housing subdivision. Final plats never came in for the reserve. Again, the final plat consists of 54 lots and 2 tracts on 23.77 acres. All infrastructure is available to the site. Final plat is in substantial compliance with the preliminary plat and the land development code. The request for final platting is consistent with the established goals and policies of the city. No deviations are requested with this plat, and excise tax will be levied with this plat. Staff recommends approval of the final plat for Symphony Farm 6 with the conditions outlined in the recommended motion. And that's our recommended motion.
Okay. Thank you. And if we have the developer here, if the applicant would like to speak on anything or just be available for questions.
Yeah, the applicant is here and is available for questions, but does not have a formal presentation tonight.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, well, we'll turn it over then to the rest of the commission. Do any of the commissioners at the dais or on remote have any questions for staff, or we do have the developer or the applicant available for anything? I'll just open it up, not knowing exactly around the table. We can go around the table, but I think Commissioner Hanson started with the roll call, so we'll just Commissioner Hanson, Ham, McNear, Juniman, we'll just go around. Anybody have questions? Dias, Commissioner Coleman,
I have no questions.
Cooper, I'm sorry. Okay,
This is Commissioner Ham. I have no questions.
thank you.
Commissioner McNair, no questions or comments?
Thank you.
Commissioner Juniman, no, no questions
Great.
or comments.
Commissioner Cooper, any questions?
No questions.
Great. And I don't have any questions either. So with that, I would accept a motion on this item.
After review of application number FP-21-07, a final plat for Symphony Farms 6, a portion of parcel IDs CF 21415-2013, CF 221415-404 and CF 221415-2017, located on the east side of Kill Creek Road, north of 167th Street, and more specifically at the northern terminus of Mustang Street and the eastern terminus of 164th Terrace. Based on the review of a staff report dated January 24, 2022, and a final plat dated January 13, 2022, the Planning Commission approves the application, providing with the following conditions. 1, prior to recording of the final plat, excise tax shall be paid to the city, and 2, construction of any utilities, infrastructure, or public facilities shall meet all technical specifications, and public improvement plans shall be submitted and approved prior to the release of the plat recording, and recommends the governing body accept the dedication of the right-of-way and easements.
So we have a motion to do so. Is there a second?
I'll second. This is Commissioner Ham.
Great. Okay, so thank you. I captured, we have a motion made by McNair with a second by Ham. Are there any questions on the motion?
None
Hearing
here.
none. Okay, great. It doesn't look like we have any from Commissioner Cooper. So with that, no questions. All those in favor, please indicate by stating aye.
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 Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries with all in favor. 6-0.
I will mention to the Planning Commission that because this is a final plat and it's pretty straightforward, the plan currently is to put it on the City Council agenda for February 7th, I believe, which is the first meeting in February. Usually Planning Commission items go to that second meeting in the following month, but because of the nature of this activity, we can place it on this first meeting. So that's what we're going to do from a staff standpoint.
Great. Thank you for that update. That's the only item on the regular agenda. Are there any discussion topics for tonight, staff?
Madam Chair, I do want to bring up one item which you emailed me about today, so I want to bring that up, and I think we can do this. We've got legal advisor here, so when I bring this up, he can tell me if we can or cannot do this as an off-agenda item. But I did receive today an email from Commissioner Mader having to do with our vacant chair position, and I did some research in the bylaws, so I wanted to kind of update you on the bylaws as to what needs to happen here. Essentially, what it says in Article 3, Section 3 is the vice chairman. It says the vice chairman shall act as the chairman in the absence of the chairman or the disability of the chairman. In this case, as you know, Commissioner Bowden had resigned as he is moving out of the community. In the event the office of chairman becomes vacant, the vice chairman shall succeed to that office for the unexpired term, which would be up to this May, because your elections are in May. So essentially what Commissioner Mader would be doing is becoming the chair, because that's an automatic by the bylaws. And then the Planning Commission shall select a new vice chairman for the unexpired term. I know this is not an official agenda item, but I'm assuming we could do this as housekeeping business here. So and I'm getting a nod from our legal advisor here that we can. So I would suggest if there is somebody who desires to be vice chair, or if the Planning Commission would like to elect somebody as vice chair, we can do that tonight, even though it is not an official agenda item. So I'll leave it with you, Madam Chair, to decide how we want to pursue this and see if there's any interest in having someone nominated for the vice chair position.
Great. Yeah, thank you, Dave, for that. I appreciate you looking into that, because a situation, such as this evening could occur again, and I thought that it would be okay for us to have a off-cycle election, but I appreciate your research into that, and of course, advice from legal counsel. So, we can then proceed with a election this evening. If there's anybody that would like to put their self out there, I would like to nominate Commissioner Hanson myself as a vice chair person. However, knowing that I'm chair, I don't think I can make that motion. So I'll just put it out there. That would be my person. I could recommend all of you. So I don't know if there's one of the commissioners who would like to make a motion on a person, or who might be willing to. I can't see your guys' face, so I don't know who might be looking at me like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So I'll just be silent and see if one of the commissioners might like to make a motion, and perhaps we'll get a second for a vice.
I was actually going to nominate Commissioner Ham to be the vice chair.
That would be an excellent choice as well. Any and all of you would be great. So we have a motion here by Commissioner Hanson nominating Commissioner Ham as vice chair. Do I have a second?
I was going to nominate Commissioner Meyer.
Okay. So if we have, if we're going to call the motion dead then on the floor that Commissioner Hanson made, not having a second, we do have a second, or I should say a new motion made by Commissioner Ham nominating Commissioner McNear as vice chair. Do I have a second on that one?
I'll second that.
Okay. So we have a motion made by Commissioner Ham with a second by Commissioner Juniman that we nominate and elect Commissioner McNear to the vice chair position. Do we have any questions on that motion? Okay, not seeing we have any questions. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay.
In light of that, just so that everybody knows, so Commissioner McNear will serve as the vice chair up again until May, and then we will have our typical annual election. So we're just basically fulfilling these unexpired terms from the last election that you had last year. So Commissioner Mader will serve as the chairman until May. Commissioner McNear will serve as the vice chair. The vice chair's role is that if the chairman can't make it, you would fill that role during those meetings where she would not be able to attend. So,
Understood.
okay,
Correct. Okay, great.
that's
Thank you, and thanks for stepping up, Commissioner McNear, to the vice chair. I feel much better knowing we have the bases covered in the event we need a backup. So good. Okay, I don't have nothing else from staff this evening. Thank you, Dave, for bringing that up. I
Yep.
really appreciate it.
I'll just give you a brief recap as we're entering into the new year here. You know, we're about 1 month in at this point in time. We will have a planning commission meeting in February. We do have several items on the agenda for that meeting. So you can anticipate, I believe it's February 28th. Is it the 28th? We'll double check the date. It's the fourth Monday of the month in February is when we'll be meeting. So just be aware of that we are set to do that. The other thing I will bring up is that building continues to move forward. We do have a building permit coming through on the Treadway Apartments on the other side of I-35. That is the first 6 buildings in the clubhouse for that development. That's a pretty significant phase 1 for them as part of that building project. Other development continues to move forward. I will be getting our end of the year 2021 building report and our January report. Hopefully I'll have those all kind of combined and ready, and we'll get them out to you as soon as we have them there. We've been working on our software for building permits and that, and doing some recoding that needed to be done because there were glitches in the software itself. So we're working to progress there with the hopes that we maybe in 2022 here bringing the capability of online applications being made for building permits, things like that. We also have received approval to move forward with the purchase of software for the community development side of things on the planning side, which would allow us to accept online planning applications and those kinds of things digitally. And there'd be some real enhancements to our administrative process if we do that. So that's what we're looking forward to doing in 2022 as far as progress in the processes and the way we accept applications moving forward. So I just want to give you a heads up on that. I'm being non-committal about the dates on purpose. We've got some target dates in mind, but as with all software, some things don't roll out quite the way you'd like them to. So I'm going to hold that until we're a little closer to rollout. But I wanted to make you aware that we're working on those improvements. I believe that's all staff has for tonight. I'm looking, anything else? Nah, I think we're good.
Okay.
We will go from there. I'll turn it back over to the chair and if any of the commissioners have comments.
Great. Thank you guys for the update. There's no other discussion items from any of the commissioners. I would accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion to adjourn made by McNear with a second by Hanson, I'm guessing by voice.
That's correct.
Cool. All right, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Meeting is adjourned. Motion carries. All in favor, 6-0.